Hi, this is Dr. John Schinnerer, award-winning author and positive psychology coach, and today's topic is a brief exercise that has been scientifically proven to increase your happiness. Positive psychology is the scientific study of what we do well, what is right with us, and how to increase our satisfaction with life. The lessons of positive psychology are appropriate for everyone. At the heart of positive psychology are a number of research-based findings into how and when people function at their very, very best. And there are now over 70,000 empirical studies to support the field of positive psychology. As of early 2011, the U.S. Army is committed to training every one of their soldiers to become more emotionally fit as well as physically fit. Right now, the Army is training thousands of sergeants in positive psychology. And these sergeants are going to teach positive psychology to boost the psychological resiliency of over 1 million troops. The goal is to create the most psychologically resilient soldier possible. The idea, as emotional fitness grows, problems such as PTSD and depression decrease, healthcare costs decline. And today I'm going to share one of the most powerful exercises currently being taught in this master resiliency training. It's called What Went Well, or the 3 Blessings exercise. You see, without training, the human mind naturally overfocuses on the negative, what went wrong, and not enough on the positive, what went well. And of course, it can make sense at times to evaluate the negative in an effort to improve and learn. However, we spend way too much of our time over-focusing on what is bad in our lives. We spend more time there than is helpful or productive. In fact, oftentimes we can get stuck there and can't seem to get out. Think about yourself at bed at 2 in the morning where your mind is just running away with you. And this overfocus on the negative is much more likely to make us become depressed and or anxious. And this is one of the most common complaints from my clients. They can't stop thinking about what went wrong. It's as if their mind is working against them rather than with them. And this seems to be a very common human experience. So one proven tool to prevent this from happening is to strengthen our skill at thinking about what went right. So every night for the next week, here's what I want you to do. Take 10 minutes right before bed and write down 3 things that went well today and why they went well. You can use a notepad, an iPad, a journal, computer, but it's important to write down what went well. Because I've had clients that write down their 3 things that went well, and I've had clients that just think about the 3 things. And what happens is those that write them down get better results. Now, the 3 things can be very ordinary. They don't need to be ridiculously awesome. In fact, some days, minor things are the best we can hope for. That's okay. That's part of the exercise, strengthening your awareness of the little things that go well during the day. So, for example, you might write down, I got flowers for my girlfriend and she loved them. Or I studied hard for my geometry test and I got a good grade. Or I did a great job on my presentation at work. Or they could be big events. I got a promotion at work. My sister gave birth to a healthy baby boy. Why did this happen? For instance, if you wrote down, I got flowers for my girlfriend and she loved them, you could say that it happened because I was thoughtful and I made the effort to purchase the flowers for no reason, other than to make her happy. If you wrote, I did a good job on the presentation, well, the reason why might be the effort that you put into it, that you put a lot of work into it. And it came out well. So be aware that this exercise almost always feels uncomfortable at first. I always hear this from my male clients in particular. It doesn't feel normal, it doesn't feel right, it feels weird. That's okay. Remember that every new skill you learn feels strange and awkward at first. Think back to when you first learned to ride a bike or drive a car. Very few new skills feel normal at first. That's part of the learning process. The goal is to make the skill second nature or automatic so that you do it without thinking about it as you go throughout your day. And studies show that practicing this exercise for 10 to 14 days will lead to less depression, less anxiety, more happiness, and more satisfaction with life. So some of you might be aware of research by Anders Ericsson, which has shown that to master a new skill, you need to put in 10,000 hours. And happiness is just such a skill. So stick with it, keep learning, keep practicing. There is no better skill for which to strive. And be sure to visit guidetoself.com and click on the book icon on the left side of the page to get your free PDF copy of my award-winning book with a wealth of these tools included. Also, if this video has been helpful to you, be sure to leave a comment down below. Thanks so much for your time, guys. This is Dr. John Schinnerer, almost getting blown off a cliff in San Francisco. Have a great day.